I wanted to tell you about Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's quite an exceptional person, and I've studied under his work. Wow, I've been studying his stuff for years, for like the last 4 years. I was introduced to him by a post that my friend put up on Facebook, and as soon as I heard a first interview, I was like, oh my God, I want to know more about this guy, because what he's explaining is what happened to me. And I read his books, I took his course, I went to an advanced long conference / workshop, I guess, in Italy 3 years ago. And I just want to, you might have seen him, he's gotten pretty popular and he's got a good following, and his books are very popular. He was in the movie Heal, which I highly recommend. I think it's about 4 years old, and he talks about his experience and how he healed himself. And what happened to him is he was in a triathlon in the 80s when he was in his 20s, and he got hit by a car while he was riding his bike. It was a really bad accident. It broke his back. And he was a chiropractor at the time. And basically they told him that they wanted to put like these rods in his, but the 2 rods, metal rods on the side of his spine, and like 12 inches long. And can you imagine what that would do to him in 20 years? And so he said, no, I'm not going to do that. And he actually healed himself over the course of 3 months with meditation and visualization. It's incredible. The story's incredible. And he went back to school to become a neuroscientist so he could figure out what he actually did. And then now he's written books and he teaches people how they can heal themselves. So the big thing that he really focuses on is your thoughts, and how when you have anxious, fearful, nervous thoughts, that you flood your body with stress hormones and you put your body into the sympathetic mode, which is flight or fight. When you do this, your body goes into survival, okay? Because we need this for survival. But when it does this and it gets hyper alert and hyper, ready to fight or flight, run, it doesn't, everything as far as the rest and restore and digestion and all the things that make our immune system stronger get pushed down, suppressed, because the body says, I'm in danger, I'm going to focus on all these other, I have to take all my energy and focus on keeping alive. And so when you live your life like this, day after day, week after week, year after year, you damage you really suppress you have a chronically suppressed immune system. And you can imagine you're at more risk to get any kind of disease or illness, and it actually breaks down connective tissue as well. And I firmly believe that I actually did this to myself, because I lived like this for years. And so when I heard him talk for the first time, I knew right away. I was like, oh my God, I want to learn more about this. And he also talks, he's the first person I heard talk about this, but I've heard other people since. He talks about how, when you get all ramped up like that, right? You're all adrenalized and you got cortisol and adrenaline in your body. And it feels like you just, drank 4 espressos. And what happens is your body actually becomes addicted to the chemicals, the hormones, the stress hormones that you're actually creating in your body from these thoughts. And when you try to change the way you're thinking, and you start to meditate and start to do mindful techniques and watch your thoughts more and stuff like that. Now, it's a process, and as you do it, it's going to get better, but you will see that your body and your brain actually tries to fight you on this, because the body is addicted to the stress hormones. And so it works with the subconscious and actually make some thoughts in your brain so you can get upset, put the stress hormones in, and then your body gets the drugs it wants and it misses. It's incredible. And I remember when I first heard this and I thought, okay, makes a lot of sense, because your body is all ramped up like coffee. You get addicted to coffee, to nicotine, not caffeine. So I thought, wow, that makes a lot of sense. And then about several years ago, after I got that education from him, I have had a challenge with anxiety. And I used to think that anxiety only came from thinking about something in the future and something uncertain or something I'm nervous about or whatever. But I have learned it's much different. You can get anxiety in many, many ways. And I have a whole other video you can watch about anxiety and anxiety triggers and how to deal with them and stuff like that. I have several videos on anxiety. But one time I was sitting in my room And I felt like right around my stomach area where I get kind of tight, I feel anxious and that real contracting, uncomfortable feeling. And I thought, well, this is odd. I'm not really thinking about anything I'm stressed about. And I saw my mind actually go look for something to attach and associate with that physical feeling that I was having. And because of the work I've been doing, the meditation, the mindfulness techniques, everything, breath work, affirmations, all the stuff I've been doing to change my brain, I had enough awareness that I saw it. I saw this happen in real time. And as soon as it happened, as soon as my mind started looking for something, I was like, oh! It was like a major epiphany for me. I was like, immediately I thought of Joe. I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what he said. I see it happening. And that was a big revelation for me. And then that's when I started really investigating and figuring out all the things that caused anxiety for me. But his work is amazing. It just talks a lot about using meditation to learn to, change your thoughts and get more control over your thoughts. So when they come and you have these thoughts, that you can notice it and then change it right away. And he has numerous videos, you can see lots of videos online where he talks about like you get addicted to, getting ruminating and, talking to somebody else, and you get that friend that likes to do with you and, complain about stuff, and you just your body gets addicted and gets this kind of rush. And he has this really great series called REWIRED on a platform called Gaia. It's kind of like a Netflix for this kind of stuff. Yoga and meditation, mindfulness and stuff like that. And there's this one episode, I'm going to put the link on the bottom there so you can see it. It's a 30-minute episode. I share it with a lot of people. It's on YouTube, you can see it. And it's the first episode of the series. And it's really powerful because as he's talking about these things that happen in your body and what we're doing to ourselves without even knowing with our thoughts. And it shows like these really sophisticated moving graphics, animated, what's happening to your body at the same time. It's very powerful. And I think this education is really important. When people understand, and he's not the only one, this is proven science, it's all backed. You can Google, YouTube, regular internet, you'll find all kinds of TED Talks and scientists and medical experts talking about this. When people have this education, because it's newer from years ago that we heard, right, about there was no mind, the debate over a mind-body connection. When you get this education and you understand that we're making ourselves ill just from our thoughts, just from not being able to handle and process strong feelings, because a lot of us weren't taught this, not being able to handle stress, this kind of stuff. When you get this education and you understand how powerful your thoughts are, and you really get it and you believe it because it's science, it's true, it gives you more motivation and more power behind the dedication you can have to change these things in your life. And the biggest tools are meditation, mindfulness techniques, affirmations, visualization with feeling and raising your vibrational frequency in your body. There's all kinds of different methods and modalities you can use to help you change the way you think and improve your health, okay? So Dr. Joe Dispenza, and look on the link on the bottom of this. It's a creation versus survival, and it's Dr. Joe Dispenza. You can find it on YouTube.